A donation though, RV. Blaha's 5'5", donate $2, new Blaha immense. Let me see.
Here's the context of this call. About 2 weeks ago, me and another troll prank called Jason, pretending to be his neighbors. We told him that Alex Rosen and his cameraman knocked on our door, warned us about Jason being a threat to the community, and then handed us a flyer with more information on Jason's pedophilia and stolen valor. We both managed to get him on the phone for over 20 minutes, and his narcissism and loneliness becomes more and more apparent the longer each call goes on. Both of us played the concerned neighbor and pretended to be friendly with Jason. The point of these calls wasn't to roast Jason, but rather to
I've only just gone on steroids since August 1st. So it's been like, what, 42, 43 days, something like that?
freak him out. He left both of these calls wholeheartedly believing that Alex actually swept his neighborhood, warning everyone of the dangers of living with the blowage. The following is only my call with Jason.
Hello.
Hi, is this Jason?
This is
Yes, a moderate dose of steroids are healthier than alcohol. There's zero association between steroid use and cancer. There's a huge association between alcohol and cancer. Alcohol also does a whole lot of other things to your body. It's neurotoxic, lowers brain volume, increases the risk of Alzheimer's dementia, causes widespread systemic inflammation, triggers hypogonadism. It's liver toxic. I think it's even nephrotoxic. Triggers alcoholic fatty liver disease, disrupts your metabolism. Whereas in a lot of ways, steroids do the opposite. So some steroids, especially in high doses, they can be neurotoxic, they can be liver toxic and nephrotoxic. But again, if you use safe compounds and in moderate doses, you don't have those issues. And they also have benefits to your metabolism. So they prevent things like, whatchamacall, accumulation of visceral fat, liver fat. They improve insulin sensitivity, particularly testosterone. So yeah, steroids are better for you than alcohol. PJ Braun actually talked about this. When he was doing pro bodybuilding, he would run massive cycles of steroids, had no issues with his biomarkers. So his like blood pressure, lipids, kidney and liver markers, they're all fine. When he became an alcoholic and he was drinking every day, everything was fucked. So yeah, alcohol's worse for you than steroids. Taking steroids every day, absolutely better for you than taking alcohol every day.
Since you mentioned Rich Piana not having atherosclerosis, his autopsy said he had a small amount it. Surprised it wasn't worse considering all the steroids he abused and his high fat and cholesterol diet, especially with Ben & Jerry's cholesterol meds.
Okay, I might have misremembered. Maybe he had a small amount. Given his age, I think just about everybody is going to have a small amount of atherosclerosis by that age. He may have been on cholesterol meds. That's entirely possible. A lot of bodybuilders are on at least, low dose cholesterol meds. Some people just don't have elevation in their serum cholesterol. So you may just luck out genetically, and no matter what you do, your serum cholesterol is going to be low. So that's also a possibility. Who knows? But yeah. regardless of how you do it, as long as you can keep your cholesterol low enough, you're just not going to develop atherosclerosis. At least not to a clinically significant extent by the time you're dead. Thanks for the donation, though, Johnny Bravo. Yeah, we're going to react to Frank's live stream. Don't worry. We're going to look that up.
Yeah.
Santa Cruz meetup. Oh my god. I hate that Santa Cruz medicinals guy. He's a fucktard.
Is, could you let me know who you are in the neighborhood? Because I don't know that this isn't those crazy stalkers pretending to be one of my neighbors. They pull stuff like this with me routinely. I've been dealing with the guy, if you're not him, or one of them, the guy who came to your door, his name is Alex Rosen. I've been pressing charges against him for 7 years.
Okay, I understand. I just wanted to get some things cleared up. This won't be a long call, trust me.
Sure.
It freaked out my elderly mother.
Yeah,
you know?
It wouldn't be the first one I've had today or this week or this year. So I get kind of, how do I put it, emotionally exhausted about it at this point.
Okay.
So just an FYI, I tend to just be like, I'm sorry, nothing I can do about it, sorry. I have to do this with my friends, my family, my brother, my sister, my cousins on a regular basis for a decade. So in case you were not aware, I am technically a fitness content creator for 13 years online. I have a silver play YouTube award, so on and so forth. Like an
influencer?
I'm a tiered partner. Yeah, I hate that term. It's so pretentious.
Okay.
No, I don't drink Pellegrino or anything like that. The term is pretentious. So I prefer content creator and virtual coach because I do strength and conditioning coaching online. So no, I mean, if you go look, I mean, I have 120,000 followers on YouTube, 90 million views, 250,000 followers on Facebook. I mean, this is what I do. I have 7 Texas state records in powerlifting. So pretty much what I do, I have a group that, long story short, I have a group of obsessed stalkers that got latched onto me during a lawsuit 12 years ago. I was targeted by the largest cyber stalking ring in the world. They're called Kiwi Farms.
Okay.
I was involved in a big lawsuit, and the company involved hired a group of trolls and stalkers to start a hate campaign against me, dox my family, and then it got picked up later by Kiwi Farms, and there's some stragglers. The Alex Rosen guy runs an organ. The guy who came to your door, his name is Alex Rosen. The Hispanic guy's name is Jesus. That's his cameraman. He stalked me originally 7 years ago. Realized as a result of all of that in person, I had to press charges back then through HPD. He then later realized he really enjoys stalking people, and he found a socially acceptable way to do so by targeting pedophiles. So he started an organization called Predator Poachers that take hundreds of thousands of donations. So that's what he does. He's been arrested a few times for it again last month. But he still sticks to his original targets, too, and harasses us, once a year or so.
Okay.
So,
okay. I'm willing to believe you. I can believe you.
Yeah, I mean, if you can go look, at the blue check marks. You can see who I am. You can hop to Facebook. You can hop to YouTube. I have all the blue checks. It's clearly me. You probably see me running outside in my shorts. So I'm the 220-pound power lifter who runs down the street in shorts, barefoot.
Okay.
It has a big garage open where you see me deadlifting 600 pounds and stuff. That's me. That's that dude. It's pretty much what I do.
Okay. I mean, I'm willing to believe you because, I mean, these guys were just weirdos. Okay, like they look weird. They're fat. No offense to them, but they're fat and out of shape.
They're disgustingly fat.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty much a 220-pound guy with abs. So I just kind of go, yeah, dude.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, 220 pounds with abs. Right.
So the thing with it is, you're not the first person who's called.
Dude, Blaha is like borderline retarded. Like he The fact that he didn't realize this was a troll, like, my God. Jesus. It's also super easy to play into his ego too, because like just listen to the way he talks about himself. Like as soon as you flatter him, you can get him to like say and do whatever you want.
Called the police about them today. So if you would be so kind as to simply call the police and tell them that Alex Rosen, they know who he is because he's got arrested for other things.
I just gotta go take a piss. I gotta pee real bad. I'll be right back. Ugh.
He does legitimately go harass pedophiles, but he crosses the line with it legally.
Mm-hmm.
So he's found an outlet for it, and while I can appreciate that fact, the fact that he stalked me, I think he's a piece of shit.
Okay.
Because I don't think
Yeah.
he does it because he really cares about kids. I think he does it because he enjoys stalking people. And who can he get away with stalking that everyone's going to turn a blind eye? The one that we all hate.
Yeah, that makes sense. He's using a group of people that, you know, everyone hates, and he's using that as an enabler.
Everyone hates,
Okay.
Yeah, they're just going to be like, yeah, let him do it. You know, he's crossed the line and been arrested several times over it, though. So he kind of makes a big show about it. But I've met him in person at one time when all this started early on. So he got really weird. He talked me into an interview and then showed up outside my condo. And I agreed to it. He's trying to.
Look, everybody. I've got a big kitty. Got a big kitty here. It's a nice big kitty. So big and so handsome.
Had a small YouTube channel he's trying to start, and so he lived nearby. So I agreed to it, and then he got really weird on me, and then he started stalking me. And I had to press trespassing charges back then.
Okay.
Because I was living, and yeah, so he scaled a fence with a no trespassing sign when I lived in Upper Kirby area. I'm over by Rice Village and all that. So I was in a condo with a gated community and no trespassing sign, that he scaled the fence and put flyers like that up all over the condos, filmed himself doing it inside the no trespassing thing, and uploaded it to the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So I pressed harassment and criminal trespass charges.
Okay.
So he kind of hates.
Any advice for elbow tendonitis, golfer, tennis elbow? Blaha just made a video, high reps with bands. High rep stuff might help. I think the theory behind it is it helps get more blood flow around to the tendon to help with healing. Isometric exercises seem to be best for creating resilient tendons or healing tendinopathy because they cause the most amount of remodeling of the tendon. It also helps to break down those what's the word? The fibers in the tendon that are like misaligned and tangled, that cause the tendinopathy. So isometric holds with 80% or more relative intensity seem to be best for tendon remodeling. So you can combine the two. You can do some heavy isometric exercises and very high rep work. And along with that, stretching can also help a lot.
Hates me for that. He was trying to become a police officer. He was like 18 or 19 at the time. He was trying to get a criminal justice degree at the time. And I think that kind of ruined his chances of being a police officer, which was, his thing. Which, that's not the person you want having a badge and a gun. So...
If I could just cut you off for a second, just to say something. He was, like, physically speaking, just creepy and weird and, like, just weird, right? So I didn't really... However, I will say that he was extremely, articulate and, like, very manipulative, I could tell. Like, very, like, he can spin things, I could tell. He can talk.
Right. Again, I'm familiar with it. I've seen his work, and I've met him personally. I did an hour-long interview with him where he got creepy.
Mm-hmm.
So, in short, what he's doing is illegal, but it's not been illegal enough for me to get him arrested. And I have to deal with a whole set of look back. And a bunch of other neighbors got texts by one of the guys who the FBI has talked to one time. But they said he's not a threat and he doesn't have the financial means to reach me.
Okay.
Because he's on SSI for schizophrenia and lives in California. So that if you got a bunch of those text messages, that was that guy.
Okay, I did not receive any of those. I did not receive those text messages.
A bunch of the neighbors did it. Unfortunately, I got numerous phone calls about it.
Okay. Well, you seem to have a lot of detail on him. It's okay. No, I understand. I just wanted to what do you call it? Because my mom is elderly. She was really freaked out. They tried to intimidate her. Yeah. So.
Right. Which again, how do I put it politely? He's a piece of shit. So that's exactly what he did. Going to intimidate an elderly person because he's like 6'4" and 300 and something pounds. So
I'm going to be contacting the police about him. Trust me, I'm going to call them as soon as this is over. Okay. I will say just for your knowledge, I'll be contacting the police about them, and they were handing out papers on you. Just so you know.
I'm very, very aware. That's his MO. He makes new ones all the time. I'm used to it. Just for the record, I'm not a minor attractive person or any of that. In fact, I'm going to end up suing him eventually over this. So I don't want him to know that. Mainly because that level of slander, when part of my reputation that I've worked on, I've dealt with a lot of BS.
Mm-hmm.
But like one of the things that I do with my outreach is I am a survivor of pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
Press charges as an adult, and I've used weightlifting as part of my therapy to build the strength to testify.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So that.
Yeah, he's said that. I really doubt it's true.
That is something that I promote. So then for, people to then target with something like that and accuse me of that is offensive and angering, to put it mildly.
Okay, I'm sorry that any of that had to happen to you, by the way.
But thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a while. I'm 48 now. People don't realize that when they see me. I'm almost 50 years old. Like, this guy is that old? It's like, yeah. But, but that's a part of what I do with my outreach. And so he tries to spin it that way so he can justify the resources for his organization. He's tried to entrap me with it a couple of times. I've caught him trying to do it. And I usually just block. Like, I know it's him doing it. We'll pretend to be an underage person and message me to my business page. And I just block it because I know that's him. So, and obviously I block them. I don't want anything to do with their nonsense.
Yeah, I'm just going to throw the paper in the garbage. I mean, that just seems like he's just grasping at straws, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, so he's been doing it a while, but again, the more police reports, the better. When this happened before, even they had said, yeah, we know who he is because he's a problem. Police don't like him because he messes up their investigations. What he does is entrapment anyways. Mm-hmm. So what he does when he's trying to catch people with his predators, poachers, he poses as an underage boy. And he uses pictures of his little brother originally. I don't know if that's what he's still doing. He was doing that at one time. And then tries to trick them into meeting him, like wherever, and then showing up. And then he shows up instead of this underage kid. And then he's got them on camera and, embarrasses them and comes in their house or eats them at a McDonald's and eats their food in front of them and intimidates them.
Did you say his name was Alex? Alex what?
Alex Rosen.
Okay, I'm just going to write this down so I know who to tell the police he is,
Right. So he is Alex Rosen. He is the owner of an organization, Predator Poachers Texas.
Okay.
So that's his business. I can't remember the last name of Jesus. So the Hispanic guy who would have been with him, his name is Jesus, and I don't have his last name handy.
That's okay.
In some notes.
He didn't do any talking anyway. He was just standing there like an idiot. So.
Yeah. So he's usually his cameraman, so I'm surprised he didn't have any cameras out. They may have. You just didn't see it.
Are you saying that he was probably filming me?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
If he was, if he had a little camera down at his side or whatever, probably illegal.
Yeah, people shouldn't be soliciting in this neighborhood. This is just bullshit.
Right. And then on top of that, to do that, and I've filed a report over this previously here. I had more numerous ones back in Houston. But yeah, he pulled this last year of light at everybody's yards, so they didn't actually go door to door. He won't come to my house with it because the police know, and I've told them, because I did the whole thing trying to follow a restraining order. I informed his father. I'm like, but I told them flat out, I said, he is a danger to me. I will use deadly force to become standing. It's not going to be talked to him. He's over 300 pounds. He's displayed that he is a threat to me repeatedly. And they told him I will do that. So the police have told him. So he won't probably come to my door.
Yeah, he does not care about personal space. He tried to take, I don't want to say he tried to put a foot into the house, but like on that ledge where
Right.
Yeah, he did not care about personal space. That guy he has no business being here. So, I mean, I was yelling at him on the way out, but I just had to call to make sure. So I'm very sorry to bother you. Thank you for explaining this to me.
No, you're welcome. And I have to learn to just summarize it into cliff notes at this point. It's obviously extremely extensive. I've been swatted in the past and all sorts of nonsense. I've had to have the FBI involved with some of this. But Alex is kind of a spin-off from it because he jumped in, I guess, when Kiwi Farms picked it up.
Okay.
So and I'm not really a major target for them. But just so that you're then aware, Kiwi Farms' MO is to isolate their targets for anyone who's on their kill count. They're trying to get them to commit suicide. So Essentially, when they target you, their goal is to socially isolate you, turn your neighbors on you, your friends, your family that you fired from jobs, so that you are isolated and they can wear you down so that you commit suicide.
Okay, I understand.
So that's pretty much their modus operandi. I'm obviously not going to do that. I'm a pretty strong person, but again, you met Alex and Jesus, and you got a feel for them. They're pretty weird people.
You could definitely say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they're doing this alone, how do I put it? A well mentally adjusted person is not going to do something like that, going door to door. And again, I would point out that if I was a threat and was unstable and would have been a kill neighbors, it would have happened many, many, many years ago. Because it's not like they haven't been doing this for years and years and warning people and doing this nonsense. So,
have they ever personally threatened you with physical violence or anything like that?
Alex personally, or have I been threatened with death threats? Probably 10,000 times. Not necessarily directly from Alex.
Okay.
No, I get death threats on a daily basis. Anonymous ones. I mean, resources are cheap.
Something. Just weirdos, man.
Yeah. Well, when they get, stay out of it, so that I don't get, emotionally involved or angry and do something careless. And, we don't need that sort of altercation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was getting pissed at him. I was like, "You got to back off, dude." I was putting my hand.
As a general rule, that demographic too.
Dodo donate $2. Please watch 2615. So funny.
This is retweeted from the Daily Wire account, which is the.
All right, we'll watch that in a second. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
Because they have a warrior mindset. There'll be occasional posts in the neighborhood group and the jokes with it, and I know a bunch of neighbors, and I can't work with no internet, and I have muscle.